Welcome back to the Fragmented Zone. We're just going to dive in right away because today we have a very special guest. Content creator and streamer, over 4.6 million TikTok followers, 2.5 million YouTube subscribers, 200,000 plus Twitch followers. He's all over the internet. You can check out his IMDb to see the acting, writing, and producing credits to his name. But most importantly, his cinematic short film debut, Pollo Loco, is making its way through a successful festival run as we speak. He also has a fantastic Chipotle order that I tried myself and rated a 9 out of 10. So, with that said, Derek Bowder, aka Danny DORITO, welcome to the show.
Hi, great to finally meet you, Jeremy and Justin. Dude, thank you for the awesome intro there. You really pumped me up there. I appreciate that.
Did I miss anything? Is there anything you want to add?
You got it all.
All right, I was working hard on that. I was up at 3 a.m. last night trying to come up with the perfect intro. So I hope I did you proud.
Oh yeah, no, I'm proud. Thank you.
I love
that, Jeremy.
Is that a Jason mask back there? I love that.
Yeah, I got that because they had some Halloween flavors for the G Fuel, and so
they have Halloween
I just haven't.
flavors?
Yeah, I'm actually drinking. This is the Chucky one.
Oh wow,
it's like blood orange. It's really good.
I only ever had G Fuel a couple of times. I've only ever had G Fuel. I think originally there was a bubblegum flavor that I tried, and then I tried the Sonic flavor, and then I had a couple of whatever Jeremy's concoctions were. And
nice.
That's about it for me.
I'm a big G Fuel guy. I drink this stuff for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and powder just got all over me. That's the G Fuel experience, people.
That'll happen. Yeah, you got to be careful.
Let me dig for this scoop real quick. This is impromptu, me shaking up the G Fuel that I forgot to shake up before we actually started recording. So just give me a second here.
It's so amazing to actually have you on this podcast. I know it's been somewhat of an issue. It's been about I feel like it's been about 3 months of actually trying to get you on here with us after the first initial time, and then with stuff going on with me. But it's actually crazy that we're here at this moment.
Yeah, Justin went and almost died, so we kind of messed up everything. But
we're glad you're still with us, Justin.
Yeah, we're doing it. Okay, all right. I love your journey. I love your story. I love what you've done with your community. So I want to open up the floor to start this off. Just tell the world, if they don't know who you are, they probably know you better than they know us if they're watching this right now. But I would love to hear your perspective. Talk a little bit about your journey and where you started and how you got to where you are right now.
Okay. So I always wanted to be a filmmaker. That was always kind of like my goal. And I wanted to go to film school, but I have 2 younger siblings. So, film school being pretty expensive, my idea was, hey, I'll join the military. My father was in the Coast Guard, and he said, yeah, it's a good gig. It's like all the perks of being in the military, except you don't get shot at and you get more time off. And I was like, that sounds pretty sweet. And so I joined the Coast Guard right out of high school. I got stationed in San Francisco, and I was doing helicopter search and rescue. I was like the guy who operated the rescue basket and the radios and stuff. And I was doing that in San Fran, and they were doing deployments to LA because they closed the air station there. Because the Coast Guard's poor, like the poor redheaded stepchild of the military. And while I was still in those last couple of years, I was still wanting. I still had that urge to go make films, and I was introduced to somebody on the Fox studio lot who offered me a job, and so I decided, yeah, I'll get out, and that happened to be right at the top of 2020, right when COVID, or I guess I shouldn't say the 19. You can block out the I don't know if YouTube likes that or wherever you guys are posting this, but people started getting sick, and so that didn't happen. Everything shut down, and so here I am, fresh out of the military, a wife and a stepson, and burning through my savings. And I was like, hey, people are playing video games, and it seems like nobody has anything to do right now, so why don't I go do that? And it seems like TikTok is a good way to promote your Twitch. And so I started doing that, and I got to the point where I was averaging 800 viewers, and I kind of had a decision to make. Do I want to double down on the streaming, or do I want to go pursue filmmaking? And streaming is not as fun as it looks. I don't know if you guys play video games and stream that, but it is a job. You have to keep track of a lot of things. Your stream is, something that can easily like lose quality if you don't know what you're doing, and then people don't want to watch a blurry stream, or if you're when I first started, I did not realize how bad my mic sounded. Like I was like, why are people watching this if it sounds so bad? But anyways, streaming was something that I enjoyed doing still, but I didn't want to pursue that full time. I didn't want that to be my full time career. And so I put that kind of on the back burner and still do it. I stream like 5 times a week, but I decided to make a short film, and it is currently sitting at 24 wins and 6 nominations, I think. So it's doing pretty good. We're like 30% of the way through the festival run. So I'm curious to see what happens with the next. I was just told it might actually be available on like Roku right now for a festival, but I haven't actually went and double checked that. So yeah, Roku Shorts Daily channel.
I would, plug it, because I would personally love to check it out. We will check it out and talk about it on the podcast when we get a chance to see it.
I might be able to get you a press screening link. So
if you can, that would be awesome. Yeah, that'd be great, because I'm really excited. I want to know what the chicken means, Derek.
Yes, everybody does.
Can we call you? We're on first name basis, right? You could be Derek to us.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah. Derek's fine. Thank you.
It's super awesome. Like, it's super awesome going through and like hearing your journey and everything right now, because currently I'm going to school for filmmaking and pursuing that, and I kind of like picked up this passion throughout my entire life, but I really like honed in on what I wanted to do during my senior year. And so it's crazy how many like different paths people take on, because right now I'm going to like community college to get to like a further point, and then so me and Jeremy, we're both on different paths. You were on a different path. It's just crazy how like everything can kind of come together though. So it's really cool like hearing your experience.
Yeah, and I kind of left out some of the like the actual like content stuff, but obviously, during all of that, I started out posting like 10 times a day on TikTok, so it was really a grind. People have asked me like how I got to where I am, like you guys just did, and really it's been consistency, just posting content, letting people know what's going on in my life, while also making content that's just goofy and engaging. And obviously G Fuel, I can't thank them enough. I mean, G Fuel is just they literally changed my life. They saw my content, and they saw how much effort I put into it, and I've been signed with them for almost 3 years now, I think. So yeah,
and I will add on to that then. I'm sure if there's been conversations, then you're not allowed to talk about it anyways. But the world wants to know, when are we getting the Danny Dorito G Fuel flavor?
I really do not know. They've talked about it. I think right now it's just like there's been such an influx of like creator flavors that I think they're probably like trying to space stuff out, but it has been talked about, so we'll see. Maybe in the near future. I will not reveal what it would be, though. I'm keeping that a secret.
You got me there.
I don't want somebody to steal my flavor.
But there is an idea out there that you've come up with of what your flavor would be.
Yeah, I do have an idea. Sorry, the sun is like hitting me right in the face right now.
Nacho cheese Dorito flavored G Fuel, right?
That's not helping. Yeah. That if they want to do an April Fool's flavor, nacho cheese.
Yeah,
that's definitely the go-to move.
I'd buy it up. I want to also bounce off of, so your journey into content creation kind of started when the world shut down, right? Am I correct in saying that? I think Justin and I can relate to that on a lot of ways, because our friendship became something completely different during COVID. And I think our creative muscles were flexed more than they ever have been before. That's just kind of what happens. And so do you see the pandemic, as terrible as it was, as a blessing for you and like the opportunities that it provided?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really scary time. Don't get me wrong. Like there was a lot of uncertainty. A lot of people either got laid off or had to work from home, which presents all kinds of problems, And so, I mean, I think we're still seeing the effects It's like when I take my son to school, like I hear the teachers talking about how like it's gonna take years to like fix all of the things that it's done to like the education system
Mhm.
because of going to Zoom or just canceling school altogether. So like it had a huge impact on the world, but I like you said, I definitely see it as like I don't know. I don't know what there's probably a saying for it. It's like another man's trash is another man's treasure kind of thing, you know, like
Yeah.
it's what you make of the situation, right? And
Exactly.
so I kind of I tried to stay optimistic and do what I could during that time because obviously I couldn't go make films like I wanted to. So, you know, I guess it kind of was like if I can't go make films, then I'll just make my own videos here. You know what I mean? That's a way of
Mhm.
looking at it, I guess. You know, make your own content.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, and now you have this entire community who are excited to see what you do beyond streaming and content creation. Um, and I think community is one of the most important parts of doing what you do, what we do. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on building a community and how important that is to the current internet scene. Because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that don't interact with the community as much as you do, but you have made your community on TikTok and everything just the thing that drives your entire world. So what is the importance of community doing what we do?
so I really think that part of building a community is showing them that you care about them. And when I first started out, I made it a thing where I was going to reply to every single TikTok comment I could, and I can't do that anymore for my sanity. But it definitely it shows when I stream. I think that I try to read every comment that comes in when I'm streaming. It's not always possible, especially when I'm gaming, but just acknowledging them and showing that like their opinion is like or whatever content that they're talking about like that it matters to them, and so like showing that the fact that it matters to them matters to you is huge, like it's a connection, it really is. And I think that if you want to build a strong community, then you have to know what they want, and part of figuring out what they want is interacting with them and hearing what they enjoy or what they want to see more of, you know
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
And yeah,
Justin?
and they have been showing up to the film screenings too, which is really cool to see. So
Yeah, that's awesome. You have anything to add,
yeah.
Justin?
No, yeah, I think that's great. I always think that like, being able to take a fan base and like transfer them through like different things, and being able to like grow with you and your content is like really cool. Especially since like I think a lot of times the stuff that we talk about or like stuff that we do, it caters to like younger kids and stuff. So it's like to be able to like introduce people to certain topics or certain subjects is like really cool.
You just got back from LA, correct? Like you were just in LA.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just at I got to see Pollo Loco play at a Cinemark, like in true 4K, like laser,
Wow.
all like the projector, all that stuff. It was really, really it was unforgettable. It's like the highest quality you can see the film in. So yeah, I literally just got back from LA yesterday, like yesterday afternoon. So
And
Still
you're
a little jet
from
lag.
Albuquerque.
I am from Arizona, actually. Yuma, Arizona. Like a little town in like the armpit of Arizona,
Yeah,
bottom
Oh
left
wow.
corner.
that's what I meant. Um, yeah, are you experiencing any jet lag right now? You
No,
tired?
I I just woke up, showered, and here I am. So I might be the G Fuel's waking me up though. You
Yeah,
know.
that
So
definitely helps. I got the Ninja cotton candy right now. That's
very nice.
to me. Yeah,
Speaking
that's
on that,
it feels.
kind of is like what I wanted to go into with you is right. Like I know, you have the whole G Fuel set up and the sponsorship with you and everything. I want to know necessarily, with your roots in gaming, like what games make you like have to take that sip of G Fuel and like really just like lock in and get ready for it. Because me and Jeremy, we play a lot of games. We have like a lot, but we have our like few certain ones that we're like really good at and we really log in for. So what's that for you?
Probably Fortnite and Call of Duty. Those are the ones where I really like. I go for it. I mean, I also play Dead by Daylight, which I feel like at this point, like I kind of just go through the motions because it's very team oriented, and so it just depends on if my teammates are trolling me or not. You know, it's there's no mics in that game, so trolling you is like the only way to like interact with you. So it is what it is. But um, yeah, no, I would say right now my top two games are Call of Duty and Fortnite until GTA 6 comes out. You know,
Yes.
whenever that's
Yes.
gonna be, we're gonna find
We're
out soon,
getting
hopefully.
No, we're
actually
getting the
so
announcement.
yeah, this is going up on Tuesday, which will
Okay.
technically be the same day that we're getting the first trailer for GTA. So let's all real quick make fake reactions that look like we're reacting to the GTA 6 trailer. Like a little, "Oh my gosh, that's so awesome." Guys, did you see GTA 6 is finally coming? Aren't you so excited? Wow. Wow. So
I thought we were
sorry.
going one at a time.
I didn't actually know what we were gonna do. I didn't really think it through. So, and then Justin really put a lot into that. I just gotta say, Justin, that was great.
Thank you.
Let's do that again though, Justin. So I can get a screenshot. Can you make that face again?
I got you. I got you.
All right. Now, Derek, give me your best GTA 6 reaction. Amazing, amazing. Hold on, ready?
2028.
Oh my god, I'm going to
I
be
feel like that's what
30
they're
when it
about to
drops.
announce. Yeah, like
I'm gonna have a
I'm
whole
just
family of
saying,
my
guys,
own.
I
all
might
I'm saying
actually
is,
be 30 when it drops.
if this game goes on to last another 3 consoles, I genuinely don't know what I'll do because I might have kids by the time GTA 7 comes out.
If we ever get GTA 7, all right. But hey, James Cameron's doing with Avatar, all right. That last Avatar movie's not coming out until like 2035 or whatever. So, I guess time is a virtue in the world of storytelling. And if we have to wait for good stuff, we have to wait for good stuff. I'm excited for. I'm
Can't
guessing
rush
this
hard.
trailer. I'm guessing this trailer that's dropping on Tuesday is just like GTA 6 with a little music and
A
maybe
year.
a
Probably
year.
gonna show
Yeah,
like a year. Yeah.
maybe some
I really
police
hope it's
sirens.
like 2026 or 2025 would be awesome, but
But I highly
I
doubt it. Like, I
actually
think
I
hope
don't
2026
that
know.
is more reasonable.
I hope they just pulled an epic troll and just put coming soon on the trailer. That's just it, and we never know when it's actually going to come out. Okay.
Yeah.
Enough GTA talk. I do want to do so. We do yay nay on this show, which is like one good thing, one bad thing, just in life, or just something you've been thinking about. I'll start because I feel like my yay is appropriate. It's December. This is my favorite month of the year, guys. Uh, so that's my big yay is just that we're at the end of 2023, which means that it kicked off with my birthday, which was actually yesterday. So I just had my birthday yesterday. Um,
Happy
and then,
birthday.
oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. Now that you know when my birthday is, Derek, I expect you to be on time next year, but it's fine.
A pallet of G Fuel is on the way. Oh.
um, and then we're getting into Christmas. I love the Christmas season. I love gift giving. I just love spending time with family and enjoying the holidays. And there's just so much cool stuff happening in December this year. The new Fortnite season is out. Like we were just talking about GT, all this gaming news, so many great movies dropping, and you kind of get into like end of year content. So I love December. I'm ready. And then my nay for the week is Dr. Pepper because they've been doing this thing on their rewards site where they're giving away their new hot take Dr. Pepper flavor, which is a spicy Dr. Pepper. And okay, and I hear spicy Dr. Pepper, I gotta know. I have to experience it. Okay, it's spicy Dr. Pepper. I have entered Dr. Pepper. Listen to me, okay? This is not okay. I have entered on 3 different accounts for the past like 14 days. That's a lot of tries. I've been scratching off these Dr. Pepper scratch off tickets for the past 2 weeks, and I haven't gotten any. There has not been any spicy Dr. Pepper delivered to my door yet. I don't know what it takes to win one of these things, okay? But listen, I'm definitely a famous influencer. I know Danny DORITO. So if you guys want to send me this stuff anyway, so I don't have to scratch off these tickets anymore. Look, I'm going to do it right now, live from the Fragmented Zone email while Justin is talking about his yay nay. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go up. I think my yay for this week probably has to be that I'm through Christmas shopping. I've got it done. Okay, it's only December 3rd. Most people, they still have Christmas shopping to do in this season, and I'm down to $7 in my account right now. But I'm done officially, and that's just like a great feeling to actually be done with like getting all your gifts and getting people out the way. Because now it's just about the wrapping and the getting it to people part. But my nay this week probably has to be the Fortnite servers. And that's because I could barely get into a game this morning, okay? It took me a total of 2 hours to get into a game this morning with the update, the queue time, and the actual just matchmaking itself being down, all right? And I couldn't even get into the game yesterday to watch the event at 5 o'clock, which was very sad for me. I had to watch it at 11. So Fortnite, I appreciate what you're doing, and what you did was great. It was epic. I watched it, okay? But next time, I need you to just let me in personally.
I personally got to experience the event, and Justin was there to listen to my reactions, and it was just very satisfying to get to experience something that he didn't get to experience. So, Derek, what's your yay nay for the week?
Let's see. I guess my yay. Okay, I'll do something wholesome. I think it's really setting in. It's been setting in this week that I have a baby girl on the way in April.
Yeah.
So
Oh wow!
yay! Like being a parent's awesome, and I'm gonna have 2 monsters running around. So
Yeah, I would
Congratulations.
congratulate you on just everything, and you also just adopted little man officially just recently.
yeah,
Correct? Yeah, and so there's been a lot of
yeah.
big things happening in your life and in your family, and that's really cool. And we're all very proud of you. All of your supporters and fans are very proud of all these big things, and we congratulate you.
Thank you, Jeremy. That's very nice of you to say. And then my nay, Coca-Cola freestyle machines. They're terrible, man. Like every time I go and get soda from one of those, it is just like it tastes like carbonated water with like a dash of syrup in it. It's just terrible. Coca-Cola needs to go back to the drawing board. It's something ain't working, man. Every time. Doesn't matter where I go. I went to the movies, it was terrible. It's some like Wendy's has it, it's terrible.
I get it. No,
How
yeah,
do
the
those things
freestyle
even work?
machines.
It's like they have like I don't know, they have like cartridges of syrup, and then
There's like
it's like
100 different flavors all coming out of the exact same
yeah.
tube. How I just that's a terrible idea. Why did they invent
Look,
those?
man. Look, I've been to Coca-Cola World, right? I've been into Atlanta, okay, when I first saw these machines for myself, and I was like, I saw it, and it was so futuristic. But you know how many years ago this was? It's not futuristic anymore. Now it's just kind of outdated, and you need a new system, Coca-Cola.
Or fix the calibration or something. I don't know, because the ratio is always off. Of syrup to
That's
water,
weird.
it's always off.
Do you know how disappointing it is when you are in a restaurant and you're like, "Can I get a large soda?" And they're like, "Here you go," and you turn over and there's just a Coca-Cola freestyle machine there. Just like, I don't
Yeah,
want
and you're
this
like,
anymore.
oh.
That's so
It
sad.
tastes
Also,
like
no,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say real quick, it tastes like the tray underneath like the soda fountain machine,
Yeah.
where like all the syrup, like all the leftover soda that doesn't end up in your cup goes and mixes with like melted ice. It tastes
Yeah.
like that stuff. It tastes like that's what's coming out of those freestyle machines. It's terrible.
Have you ever done the thing where you like line the cup up with just the syrup? People do that, and that is monster behavior, honestly. Like, why would I get that that's the flavor part of it, but that can't even be good for you. There has to be some science that you're breaking there. I don't know. I've seen people do that. That's menace activity. That sounds like something you would do, Justin. Have you ever done
I
that?
would not do this. No.
You do a lot of really weird menacing things.
Anyways, okay, we're moving on. All right, Derek. We have another little segment that we do on this show called Top Two, Bottom Two. And basically, we have categories each week in which we do it. So this categories for this week, going with the theme of our Santa hats, are holiday snacks. We're gonna let you go first this time around. We're gonna give you give us your top 2 and your bottom 2 holiday snacks for just the Christmas season.
Okay.
And this can mean whatever you want it to mean, by the way. We're putting you on the spot. Whatever
Okay.
you see. It's a holiday snack.
And can this is it okay if one of them is like a beverage?
Yeah,
One of
Yeah,
mine.
okay,
is-
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I might steal yours. Dude, I like holiday sugar cookies. Oh, it always hits.
Yeah.
Right? And then eggnog. Did I take it? Eggnog's the best, man.
No, I
can
hate
take-
eggnog. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Take it.
cool. Maybe you just haven't had good eggnog because I have had bad eggnog.
That,
Like,
what
it
is
is hit or
good? What
miss.
makes an eggnog a good eggnog?
It's definitely like it's a whatever eggnog is it's a lot of like there's spices in there. Some people put cinnamon. There's all kinds of stuff. And sometimes people go overboard with one of those ingredients and it just ruins it. It's like overpowering. And so I don't know. Like don't get like like what is it like the lactate like or whatever the like lactose free eggnog is. Like that's
Yeah,
not gonna taste good. Come on.
That's terrible.
Some people put mint in it. I don't know what they're thinking.
I feel
Mint
so
does not
bad for
belong in
people that
eggnog.
have like lactose intolerance. You're missing out. I'm sorry. It sucks.
Dude, I love cheese so much. Anyways, yeah, I'll stop wasting your.
You can. Hey, this could be an opportunity to plug undeniably dairy if you really wanted to use it.
Oh yeah, the dairy campaign. Yeah, undeniably dairy. Dairy is undeniably good for you. Like as long as you don't, everything in moderation.
Mm.
So yeah, protein,
All right.
nutrients.
Bottom 2. Go ahead.
I bottom 2. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like gingerbread. I really don't. I've just never liked it.
That's
I
understandable.
definitely don't want to
Honestly,
build a
I get
house
it.
out of it. Why would you do that?
That is such a frustrating process. Have you guys ever actually built a gingerbread house?
It's not fun.
I
It
have multiple times
sucks.
with
It's frustrating.
frosting and it just gets everywhere. And I'm a firm believer that you have to have like a license to build those things. Because they just give the picture that they put on the box is not at all what your outcome's gonna be.
You get stale gingerbread sheets and they break while you're trying to put it together. It's awful.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
not edible. There's no fun part of building the gingerbread houses. Like they're edible, but they don't taste good. It's just a waste of like sugary foods that don't taste good. That's what a gingerbread house is. Okay, sorry. I cut you off talking about how frustrating gingerbread is.
And I think we all agree on gingerbread then. I don't know. Yeah. And then my other one, I guess, is I love candy canes, but we don't need every holiday beverage to be freaking peppermint. Like I don't want to
Thank you.
drink a toothpaste flavored beverage. Like I'm good.
That
No.
is so true. Wendy's, we're looking at you. I'm just kidding. Peppermint frosties. They're okay.
Have you tried it? I have
Yeah,
not tried it.
No, they're pretty
It's
good.
okay.
They're fine.
It's okay.
I'm not
It's
a big
heavily
frosty guy
okay.
either, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna help it.
Yeah, it's not. It's really not. But
Sorry if anybody likes that.
So
fine.
I'll go next for my top 2 and bottom 2. Okay. So overall, like I think for my top 2, I have to go with those frosted sugar cookies. Like those are what I like. I make them every year. You get some like cream cheese frosting and you slap it on there, and you can't go wrong with it at all. You just can't go wrong. And honestly, my second one is it's really it's really specific, okay, because it involves candy canes, but it's not peppermint. I don't know if you guys ever had like the different character candy canes from the store, the like SpongeBob ones that come in a pack, but those things are delicious. All right, like I could like chew on one for like I could have a whole pack by myself. Those things are just that good. They're just kind of like candy cane shaped Jolly Ranchers, and I very much love them.
Nice.
I respect that.
Yeah.
So for my bottom 2, I do have to go with eggnog. All right, I can't stand eggnog. There's no room in there for me. This second one is kind of weird because it's like a hate love relationship, but I just put it in the bottom two. Hot cocoa, because every time I get some hot cocoa, man, it's just too hot. I don't know why there's not moderation put on this thing. Okay, I don't know why they never just give me moderation put on hot cocoa, because I really need it. It just burns my mouth every time, and the rest of my day is forever ruined. I enjoy it when it's like at a mild temperature, and I can enjoy it with some marshmallows, but just piping hot given to me, I can't enjoy it.
It's called hot chocolate, Justin. It's not called mild chocolate. If it was supposed to be
Let it cool
mild,
down a little.
it's not
Be fine.
lukewarm chocolate, Derek.
But if you want, if you're like, I don't like when somebody, like, I go to a diner or something, and get a cup of coffee, and it's like I could literally like give myself like 3rd-degree burns sipping on it. Like that's too
Literally.
hot. But just let it cool down.
That's what
Give
I
it
want
10,
from the
15
hot
minutes.
chocolate experience. Like, I want to not be able to feel my mouth for the whole rest of the meal if I'm having hot
man.
chocolate. So, yeah, you use a little candy cane to stir it up. I don't know. I feel like eggnog and hot chocolate. Like, I was with you on eggnog, but to put them in the same category is crazy. That's just, I'm sorry, but like,
Had to.
but you also you're saying like the concept of hot chocolate.
Jeremy, you just gotta live with it, man. You just gotta live with it. You gotta give us yours. All right, we don't.
Okay.
We
Okay.
gotta move on.
My top two: hot chocolate. I love hot chocolate. It's as soon as the cold weather hits, we're making some hot chocolate. And then those Christmas tree Little Debbie brownies. They're only out for a limited time. I love those. I'm a brownie
hit.
guy. Yeah, those are just. You can't even give me a box of those, honestly, because I'm too fat. I don't need them. I'll eat them all. It'll be really bad. My bottom two, fruitcake, because fruitcake is one of those things that people talk about around Christmas time, but I've never actually like had a conversation with someone that loves fruitcake. It's just such a weird. I don't like the face you're making, Derek. Are you a fruitcake guy? You look puzzled.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I think the eggnog. Thinking about that, I was like, are deviled eggs like is that like a holiday dish? Deviled eggs, because I feel like I always have that around Christmas time.
I think it starts with Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah, Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah. Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's the only time I ever see deviled eggs. So I guess.
Oh, they sound good right now.
Yeah.
I have had good and bad deviled eggs. It's like eggnog. Anything egg related can be good or bad. Gamble.
It's about the chef. Honestly, it's about the chef. And then my other one is candy canes. We kind of already talked about candy canes multiple times in this conversation. My thing about candy canes is I like candy canes, but number one, there's just too many different kinds of candy canes. I think we've gone so far off the standard for candy canes, and now there's like hot sauce flavored candy canes, root beer flavored candy canes. I don't need triple fudge chocolate brownie with sprinkle flavored candy cane. Okay, it's a candy cane. Just give me a candy cane. And also, I don't think I've ever had a candy cane that wasn't broken. Like, candy canes always break. The design on them is so like impractical that it's impossible to really enjoy the candy cane experience for me. And they're sharp. Like that
Definitely make them sharp. Yeah.
That's dangerous. They're stabbing kids in mouths when they're sucking on them. So, like, so I didn't mean like, I meant like when you're little, you're like eating the candy cane and it's like sharp, so it's.
We get it,
like,
Jeremy. You gotta move on with these things. We understand.
I am a talker. I get on a topic and I get very passionate about it. As you can see, candy canes. Okay, fine, Justin. Are we doing another category then? What do you want to do?
Yeah, we are gonna do another category of this. We're gonna go first. We can give you time. You're not on the spot for this one. But it's top two, bottom two movies of 2023. Jeremy, you're gonna go ahead and go first for us.
Okay, I like this. This will be a shorter conversation. Across the Spider-Verse, most beautiful, one of my all-time favorites. Into the Spider-Verse is my favorite. What a great the build up to the cliffhanger ending. It's just so beautiful. The different universes combining into one epic uh, animation adventure. It's great. And then also Barbie, the theater experience of Barbenheimer was unforgettable. Barbie took the world by storm. It's colorful, it's fun, it's got Ryan Gosling singing about being just Ken. And what more could you ask for? My bottom two, I haven't really seen a lot of really bad movies. I avoid movies I know I'm not going to like because I've just been really busy this year. Shazam Theory of the Gods was really not my style. I think it felt like it was written by 4-year-olds. It felt very childlike. That the performances didn't necessarily feel natural to me. And then The Boogeyman, one of my least favorite horror movies of the year. It follows a very big trope in horror movies that I hate. How the problems always happen because a child is telling an adult something, and the adult's like, "No, you're crazy. It's not real. Like the boogeyman doesn't exist. You'll be fine. You're just crazy." And then everyone dies, and it's like, "Look at you now. You're stupid. You could have just listened." And I hate that trope, and I'm tired of it. Anyways, okay. Top two, bottom two. Justin, go ahead.
Top two for me this year has to be TMNT Mutant Mayhem. I'm an absolute massive TMNT fan. And I'm an absolute animation fan too. That's where it goes into my second one, which is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This animation style that these movies have been able to bring to us is just amazing because, you know, it's a huge thing. Originally, I wanted to be an animator. I was big into drawing. And it's just so awesome to be able to like see this because there's been so much talk in that kind of like world lately about, you know, Disney and their use of the technology to make these movies in the 3D and no more 2D movies or anything like that. So even though these movies aren't necessarily like any classic 2D style, the style that they use is like I think really awesome and just really unique to them. My bottom two, Asteroid City. I'm really sorry. I really, you know, I just Asteroid City. It was long. It felt drawn out, and me and Jeremy were in the movie, just cracking ourselves up. Honestly, just trying to like get through it, and it was, and you know, there's no hate. I absolutely love the style of filming and everything with it, but it's just not my cup of tea, and I wouldn't go see it again personally. And my second one, which is kind of weird, Zoe 101 the movie. You- stop, please, Nickelodeon. I need you to like. I need you to all to like. You know, if you're gonna release something, and you're gonna like come back out with like such a classic and try to like, you know, like bring back these characters that we love. You gotta put more effort and thinking into it than what you do right now. I'm just, it's not doing it for me. But that's
Yeah,
my
what is
top
with
two bottom.
Nickelodeon and doing that this year? We got Good Burger 2 as
I
well.
thought Good Burger 2, the first half was decent. I was really surprised by the first half of that. And then the second half is just the same movie all over again. But yeah, Zoe 101, the movie. I forgot that even came out. I heard it was rough though.
Yeah, it was not
Um
great.
Yeah. What about you, Derek? What's
so Barbenheimer, I'm on the other side of the spectrum with that one. I think Oppenheimer is like one of the greatest films. Is like this 2023 is still pretty early. But I'll say this century, like one of the best films of this century, in my opinion. Like it's so well crafted and executed. The fact that they made a 3-hour movie with 54 shoot days, I think it was, that is insane. I don't know if you realize how insane that is. Like
No,
54 days is
it is
nothing
insane.
for a 3-hour movie. Like that's like it must have felt like being on an indie set. Which I don't know. I think Christopher Nolan's probably one of the greatest filmmakers of this like generation, or whatever you want to
Most
call it too.
definitely, like without a question.
He's my all-time favorite.
Yeah, I think you might even see some of his influence in Pollo Loco,
Nice.
like structure wise and stuff. Maybe.
That was really smooth. You are great at this whole PR advertising your
Yes.
movie thing. I love that.
Yeah, and then my other one is got to be Talk to Me. Like we like I think Raka Raka. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah.
I think
Raka
they
Raka, yeah.
I think social media influencers can kind of, I don't know, they can get a bad rap when it comes to filmmaking. you know, because I mean, I'll admit, like as an influencer, like I don't like to back down from challenges. Somebody tells me I can't do something, I'm gonna try to prove them wrong, and that doesn't always work out. And so there's been attempts from other influencers to do what they did, and I think it might be the best film that's made by YouTubers. You know, like Talk to Me was very original, and I never knew where it was going, and I can't wait to see what else Raka Raka does. I heard they're making a Street Fighter movie,
Yeah.
so and they're perfect for that. I haven't seen their YouTube; it's all fighting skits and stuff. So
Yeah, they're awesome. They blew it out of the park. It was incredible.
pretty creepy movie too, like genuinely scary.
Yeah.
And then my bottom two, I don't like to talk bad about film. Usually, if I don't have anything good to say, I don't say it at all.
Right. That's fair.
But yeah, but if I had two movies that I think personally like let me down, I guess I'll go with that. Two movies that let me down: Killers of the Flower Moon. I don't know. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it could have been like an hour shorter, I think. And that's not what you want to hear, you know.
Yeah.
And like the mystery aspect of the film is kind of ruined in like the first 20 minutes, so you're kind of like, why, you know, why is it so long? And then Insidious: The Red Door. I love the first two Insidious movies, and so when I saw that Patrick was coming back to like direct it and everything like that, I got really excited. And it I don't know if it was the script or what, but it just felt like a very uninspired film. It's like they took Insidious and tried to make it scary. I don't know, it just wasn't. Like I remember going to see that and just being like, damn, like I was expecting more, you know. But it had a couple cool moments, I guess. Yeah.
Are there? I'd love to hear because we've talked about some really legendary directors: Martin Scorsese, Wes Anderson had a movie in there, Christopher Nolan. As a aspiring filmmaker, not even aspiring, you're kind of doing it, man. You're doing it.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. I have to remind myself all the time, like I'm doing it, you know.
who are some of your big inspirations?
Well, I mean, as so I'm an actor, producer, writer, and a director. So I feel like I have different inspirations for all of those. But directors, Christopher Nolan, David Fincher. Like I've always loved David Fincher's scores and like the mood of his films. Like I think he's when it comes to editing, like everything's so precise and it always just flows. But Christopher Nolan, he's really into making his films as immersive as possible, even if it means sacrificing like the dialogue and how well you can hear it over the music. But yeah, as directors there, I would say that. As a writer, I don't know. It's kind of tough because you don't usually hear about the writers that much, but I mean, I do. I guess I am inspired by directors who write their own films. Like that. That to me is really inspiring because they literally take their vision from inception to finish. You know, and it's like their vision. They baby it all the way, and that's what I really try to do with Pollo Loco. So, as an actor, I mean, there's so many good actors. You know, it's hard to have a favorite or anything like that, but. I mean, I love Brad Pitt. I like how that guy kind of brings like a smoothness to whatever role he's doing, even if they're like not a good guy or, you know, maybe not the smartest guy or, yeah. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio, I like that guy. Like, if I had to like, if you told me that, all right, you got to pick somebody that you know is like life or death situation, they're not going to get embarrassed by whatever they have to do. I think Leonardo DiCaprio, like, you can't embarrass that guy. That guy's done so many silly things in movies and. I mean, Killers of the Flower Moon, he literally plays like an idiot. It works. Like he makes it work. Like you're still like, oh yeah, it's still kind of like rooting for him. You know, he's not like a good guy.
Oh, I thought you were getting.
I'm sorry. No, I thought Justin was going to say something.
No, I thought so too. Yeah. I got all close to the mic, and I was like, "Oh, I mean, Justin's about to drop some really inspirational stuff on us." But
I could talk about film and TV for hours, you know. So trying to like be short with it. But
yeah, I don't want to keep you here all day, but I would love, you know, maybe in the future, when more work has come out from you, we'll be able to get you back on and talk more in depth about your inspirations and everything. One thing that just came to my mind while you were chatting, it has nothing to do with anything we were just talking about, but I guess I don't really know this. I've never asked where does the name Danny DORITO come from?
Yeah, that gets asked a lot. So, in the Coast Guard, in aviation, unlike the other branches, not to bag on the other branches or anything like that, but let's say you're in aviation in the Navy, you're either a fixer or a flyer. So you either are air crew or you're a mechanic, and in the Coast Guard you're both. So I've fixed the helicopters that I flew on, and so there was a lot of times where we're working on the helicopters and there's a toolbox, and a couple of people are just like, I almost cussed. I don't think I can cuss on here.
Oh, you absolutely can. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
They can't censor us. Go ahead.
So a lot of times there's a couple people just shooting the shit at the toolbox, maybe having a snack or something, or a G Fuel, and I was, we were talking about like streamer names, because when I had a secret clearance, so they were very like, don't put too much of personal information out there, and so there was like this idea that probably shouldn't have your like real name as like your streamer name, and so I was trying to come up with something that wasn't my real name, and I was eating a bag of Doritos, like just a little snack pack, and somebody was like, oh, like, because I'm 5'3", I'm not a very tall person, and so somebody was like, oh, Danny DeVito, and I'm like, oh yeah, good one, bro, and then somebody was like, no, Danny Dorito, and I was like, oh yeah, and so I went with it, and here we are.
That was that was exactly what I had hoped. I was wondering if there was a little Danny DeVito inspiration in there.
There was, yeah. He's an inspiration,
5'3",
actually.
5'3" is really tall, man. You've got nothing to be ashamed about. I mean, you're like a foot shorter than I am, but it's fine. It's
I don't let it hold me back. People are usually like surprised how short I am when they meet me. So
it's not really short. It's like fun sized. Like you have a lot of things you could do as a short person that tall people just can't do. Like,
yeah, this is what my mom tells me whenever
you're never gonna hit your head on a doorway.
This is true.
Yeah.
It also does mean that if you're in the Coast Guard and you work on helicopters, it's gonna shove you into the tail cone because nobody else can fit in there. And I'm a claustrophobic person, so it does have its downsides.
Derek, it was absolutely it's amazing. Like Jeremy said, we can't really keep you, but it was absolutely amazing to have you.
I could stay for a little longer.
Okay,
I'd say yeah,
for a full hour.
Honestly, because there is a segment that is my personal favorite segment. Like one more thing that we want to do, it's called Pop's Pitch. All right, because Jeremy, his alias, all right, his streamer name, if he had one, is PopGamer1202, or at least he used to go by it.
Yeah,
and this is kind of just our version of getting an idea in our heads and pitching a movie. So you're gonna be a production studio, all right?
Yeah.
Danny DeVito Studios, and we are gonna randomly generate 2 words. Right here on my phone, we're gonna randomly generate 2 words each, we're just gonna randomly generate 2 words, and then we're gonna have to make up a movie or a TV show out of those 2 words between the both of us, and you're gonna tell us which design you would pick up, which concept are you picking up to produce and give us the money for.
I think while we have someone that has film experience and you have experience in the industry, we're putting ourselves out there. We're about to pitch you the next project for Derek Bowder, and you're going to judge which one is best.
Yeah.
But
DD23 Productions. That's actually my production company. So I'll put my DD23 Productions hat on. Yeah.
Actually, Justin, I think it might be a little more fun if we just let him give us the words.
Honestly, if you
give you guys the words,
if you want to give us
2 words,
generative. It's going to be better than anything I could come up with on the spot.
Justin, go ahead, randomly generate them.
Alrighty. First word of this title of this show or movie is going to be explicit. That's the
Okay.
first word we have is explicit. You know, you can switch these orders in any way we want to, so it could go at the end or it can go at the beginning. But we have one more word that we can generate. Let's see. Uncertainty. Explicit uncertainty.
I'll try to keep it PG a little
Sounds
bit.
like an indie film.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Explicit uncertainty.
Gosh. This is what the heck? What kind of random
I
generator?
wanna
already
go
got an
again?
idea. Actually, that's
Okay,
funny.
Really?
so I would love to hear your idea, but we'll wait till the end because you actually have more experience with this. So I don't. Okay, explicit uncertainty. Justin, this was all your fault and all your idea, so I'm gonna make you go first.
You're gonna make me go first. Okay. Ooh, this is hard. This is like a explicit uncertainty.
I guess you could say you're explicitly uncertain about what your movie is gonna be.
Yeah, this is a rough one in my brain. Usually I can I'm on the spot with these, but this one's not.
We used to be improvers. Like we have a lot of improv experience. This is not clearly it's not showing right
We
now.
promise we know how to be on the spot. Let's see.
I don't know. I'll go first then because I do have an idea.
Okay.
So this is when I heard the words explicit uncertainty, and I was thinking movie in my head, but this pulled me in an entirely different direction. I am absolutely thinking classic sitcom. That is exactly where my head goes. So, Derek, hear me out. Right?
I hate sitcoms, by the way.
With oh god, the
Gonna be a
odds
tough
are
sell.
against me, but you won't hate this one. Okay, you won't hate this one. So I'm thinking we take inspiration from Friends and shows like Community, where it's a group of people together. But in my head, explicit uncertainty takes place in the transition period between high school and college, where there's a lot of uncertainty about what the future holds. So this show would take place over the summer break between high school and college, between a group of friends trying to fulfill everything that they've wanted to do with their lives before college hits, and trying to figure out how to navigate the relationships with each other, the relationships with their family, and how to handle long distance, and then how to handle the heavy burden of affording college and affording life after becoming an adult. And I totally believe that this show would cover all the heavy topics of mental health. It would cover the topics of sexual relations and romance and everything in between, but it would be done so in musical comedy style. That's right. Didn't expect that twist. Okay, musical comedy about the hardships of life between high school and college. Explicit uncertainty. Pilot episode coming 2025. Boom.
Wow. That was I really didn't expect that.
What a twist.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Okay, but I guess it's my turn going up, and I thought a lot about this because there was a lot of ideas going on in my brain. But somewhere I went is a movie for me, and I'm I took the word explicit. I took what we were all thinking. All right, and I'm just gonna use it. Okay, so I think personally, this movie idea I have is the whole entire premise is two people down on their luck really bad. A couple really down on their luck. So, the significant other decides that they want to join the industry of Playboy magazine and just going out there, okay? And this is the male in the relationship. So he's exploring this option of male nudity and getting out there and putting himself out there for the usage of money. But he runs into what he didn't expect to like be a part of like this entire industry and how this was gonna go. So my whole entire kind of idea is this action thriller of somebody trying to join this entire lifestyle, but ending up and flipping it on his head, and there's just like this entire gruesome underground crime and drug industry going on with it, and it's just all been a show, and it's all been a gigantic ploy in order for them to stay off the radar, because no one's gonna suspect them, right? So I think in this journey, we follow this character through modeling and trying to explore this option and getting used to it, while also having to realize what they got themselves into and how they're going to get out of it, and just using all their resources, getting as close as they can possibly, and if they have to, getting their hands dirty. So that's that's my pitch for the movie. Explicit uncertainty.
I like it.
Playboy,
What happened to
Underground.
Jeremy? Oh, we can still hear him.
Yeah,
Oh,
his
did my
camera cuts out sometimes.
So okay, so my
Yeah.
camera's still going to be on the recording. Like I can still see myself, but sometimes this just happens.
Okay, great.
But so don't worry, nothing's
Gotcha.
actually wrong. Let's pretend
Cool,
like you
cool.
can still see my face. And the whole time I was really just making disgusted faces at your idea. I'm just kidding. It was good. I would okay. Well, Derek, what idea would you pick up? All right, which of these two pitches would you want to see become a reality, and what direction would you take explicit uncertainty?
There's two things that I think I'm not a big fan of sitcoms. Like there are a few that have worked for me. But I think the one thing I dislike more than sitcoms is musicals. So I'm gonna have
This
to
was a
pass on
setup.
Jeremy's
This
idea.
was a
Dustin,
setup. I never even stood a chance, people. Okay, this is crazy.
Dustin's definitely sounds a little more like edgy, and like I'm like, ooh, I wonder where that goes.
I want to go Kill Bill style. I want to I want to really
Nice.
like hone in on that gruesome part.
When you were
Nice.
talking, I
Yeah.
was thinking in my head, I
Sounds
put
explicit.
two things together. I put Magic Mike and John Wick together when you were like describing that whole story, and that became 1,000% more interesting. And I'm just like, I would watch that. So I'm fine with you taking the win here. I'll go pitch my idea to someone better like Netflix, and they'll probably pick it up. But
Wow, not
what a-
Netflix.
so what were you? You said
Sounds
you
more
had an idea.
like a. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is my idea. There's this character. His name is Jeremy, and he has a failing musical business, and he's down on his luck, and and he gets a phone call, and somebody's like, "Hey, turns out you have a distant uncle, like a distant relative, and he just died, and like it turns out he owns a gentleman's club, and so now it's yours. You just inherited it. Congratulations!" And it's like, oh wow, like this is an opportunity. Now I'm a business owner. And then when he shows up and takes over the gentleman's club, it turns out, oh, actually, like his uncle owed a bunch of money to the mob, and so now he's got to deal with the mob and all these crazy characters while trying to run a gentleman's club, and he's in over his head, and things are really explicit, and the future's uncertain. Explicit uncertainty.
That was how a
That's good.
professional does it.
I would watch that one. See, I would watch that one.
Or Jeremy,
this is
in over his head, man.
Yeah, Jeremy, you
it's
should have never
kinda
went with a
story of my life.
musical sitcom.
Story of my life. I've been in over my head since the start. I said I was going to do a podcast with Justin, and look where we are. All right.
No, that was amazing though. I'm glad this is I think me and you kind of went in the same direction, Derek, with this kind of like underground boss thing going on. But it's always amazing to see what people like. That's why this subject is so great, because me and Jeremy, we're best friends, but we do have like two completely different minds and how they work. So it's always cool to like hear one side of somebody's thing and then the other side. But I'm getting the budget for this one. All right, this movie's being produced.
Yeah. So actually, in order to make our dreams become a reality, we need you guys to follow and support the podcast, so we can actually see Explicit Uncertainty, the musical comedy coming in 2025. And so to end this all off, Derek, big shout out to you. Thank you so much. Like, again, congratulations and everything. But I feel like this is just the beginning of your journey. Polio Loco, everything you have going on.
Feel the same way.
So we're going into 2024, and my question for you is, what's next? What do you want to tell the world about? What are your big goals and aspirations? What's in your head? Go ahead.
Okay, so hello world. Pollo Loco is currently in its festival run, so if you want to see it right now, you either have to go to a physical festival or there are some online festivals coming up. I know there's at least one in January, so you'll be able to watch it from anywhere. Because I've gotten that question a lot. Where can I watch it? When can I watch it? And so as of right now, like I said, it might be on Roku. I'm gonna go find out after this. Honestly, I might have to go buy a Roku stick, but um yeah, it will come out either online or through like Tubi or Freevee, because there is some talks about distribution. So we'll see how that goes. But either way, you will be able to watch it sometime in like fall or winter 2024 for free. So stay tuned for updates on that. But as far as like my goals and aspirations for 2024, I am currently writing a feature film script that I'm hearing I should be able to get a budget of $300,000 for. So that's what I'm working on right now. It's a horror thriller called Congrats. Got some people who end up in the middle of the desert, stuck in a car with a bloodthirsty monster after them, and that's all I'm saying. But yeah, it's kind of like Cujo meets The Thing. Very heavy practical effects. I love practical effects. You might see that in Pollo Loco without spoiling anything. But yeah, writing and directing is something that I've always wanted to do, and like you said, I'm doing it. And then I'm gonna keep acting. I like acting too. I love acting actually, and I did just, if you've been following my content, I did just star in a sizzle reel for a 80s vampire film titled Sunset, and they're hoping to shoot the feature in 2024. So fingers crossed that they enjoyed working with me as much as I think they did, and I get to be in the feature. So,
Well, we for sure enjoyed working with you. We didn't actually say this. We talked about how we were inspired films. We met through an art school. We're actors. So Justin and I, that's the whole reason we brought our minds together for this and doing everything we can on the internet, is our love for the acting industry. And obviously, it's great to get you on now after the SAG strikes are over, so we could fully talk about all of these things that we haven't been able to talk about recently. So yeah,
right.
that's really why we wanted you here, because your journey is very similar to ours, and it was great to get your perspective and hear about all the things you've been working on in this journey. And I think what better way to end this off than Justin doing an outro, because I'm thinking maybe like a little singing, Justin, if you want to like sing us out.
I'm not gonna be singing, everybody. I'm not singing. Jeremy tries to get me to sing each and every time, but thank you
Got a
so
voice
much.
of an angel.
Like Jeremy said.
Wait, can I say something real quick?
No.
Yeah.
Real quick, it's for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I have done a couple podcasts myself, and so I know how much work it is, and I know that it can be discouraging when things don't go as planned. And so the fact that you guys had something like Justin ending up in the hospital after a car accident, like having that happen and still coming back from it, I just want to say that I commend you guys. I'm so happy to see that you guys are still here. You're still doing it. You didn't let something like that get you down.
Thank you. That
Right?
really means a lot, because we
You guys
get
are
a lot
killing
of
it.
a lot of comments that are like, "Hey, bro, let's start a podcast." Kind of mocking the fact that we are just another podcast. We're living in a world where a lot of podcasts start, but this has been something we've been working on together for a very long time, and we're just now getting to do what we really want to do with it. And we have talked very extensively. We believe that we have something to bring the world, and so we're working hard to keep it going and keep doing it. So the fact that you see that and you acknowledge that, means a lot. You are my favorite. You are now my favorite director, and forget Christopher Nolan. You're my favorite. You're my favorite streamer, content creator.
Wait till you see Pollo Loco, and then you can tell me that.
Yeah, you're my favorite guy I've ever
We
met
trying
named
to,
Derek.
yeah, we can wait to back up. We can back up our facts soon enough when we see the movie.
Yeah,
But
we're gonna
yes,
watch
no,
it.
I just want to say thank you so much for coming on here and speaking with us, and doing all of our segments and everything. And I know people always say this as a joke, but